Alright, so you might be thinking, why are we skipping the episode on the Castrol Masterclass for 250cc bikes? That is a stupid question, and you're a retard if you asked it, alright? Once you've seen one Castrol Masterclass, you've seen them all. The only thing that changes is the stretch of road that you're tested on. Actually, it's because it took me half an hour to complete like 5 30-second challenges, and I spent the whole time being really, really mad. And then, for my efforts, the recording was corrupted by the Elgato. I'm blaming Elgato for this, right? If you're sponsored by Elgato, you're sponsored by a shit company, and it's totally not my fault for leaving my computer on for an entire week. Anyway, Dunlop Novice Cup. What we got? We got a Yamaha, which I don't want to ride, because I rode it in a license test, and it sucked. Usually, Yamahas are my bike. Today, I'm going with the RS250R, which is pretty much the same bike that I use for the entirety of the 125 segments, which I haven't actually finished yet, so it doesn't count. Let's do some color coding. Get Jester logo on the back of my helmet. More color coding. Then 5 stages on the TT course. Now you might be interested to know that I've changed my audio recording device as well. I said that really technically. I've switched out my phone for a tablet. And it's not my tablet, alright? So I've got to put it back when I'm done with it, and hope that no one notices. And I didn't change it on purpose. I didn't change it because I wanted to change it. I changed it because my phone screen has totally shat itself. And now it's like 95% black, and then 5% a random assortment of colours. I used to think, by used to think, I mean like back when it first started to shit itself, because it shat itself over a long period of time. When it first started shitting, I thought it looked cool, because it was like cyberpunk aesthetic, in a way. And then, as it got progressively worse, I didn't do anything about it. And then it got progressively worse until it got to this point, and now it's pretty much too late to do anything about it. I've got to take it to a phone repair shop or something, which I'm not really looking forward to. But that is what's going to have to happen at some point. So it's basically unusable, is my point. I mean, I can still get music to play out of it, so like the actual phone itself is fine, it's just a screen. I can still listen to my banging tunes, you know, you got your Guttermouth, you got your Turbo Negro, you got your that band that did the album Watch From a Distance, which is really boring. I might have talked about that before. Like, I kind of like it, but it's pretty boring. I wouldn't recommend it. Unless you want to be an edgy, depressed emo like me. XD, that was a meme. That was a meme on like 3 different layers. I'm going to let you unpick that for yourself. Anyway, it kind of sucks, because in the art exam, which will have been the Friday before this video was uploaded, provided that this recording doesn't shit itself too, and also it'll continue tomorrow. It's like supposed to be a 2-day thing, but they decided to put a weekend in between it this year for some. Don't lean on me, Scott. Ooh, uh-oh. It could, if my controller could not like try and kill me right now, that'd be nice. Yeah, so the art exam has a weekend in between it, which is where this video will sit. So the art exam, I've been complaining so much about it, my controller would not steer then. Ugh, scary. Scary times. But I'm trying to have two conversations at once. One's about my controller being shit. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it in again in a second. Yeah, so you're allowed to listen to music through your phone during the art exam, which is nice. But you know, you have to prove that your phone is on airplane mode. Now, I'm thinking chances are my art teacher will see the screen of my phone and realize there is absolutely no way I could do any kind of cheating on that whatsoever. Even for an art, I don't know how you would cheat in an art exam, but even for an art exam, you'd see that phone and be like, yeah, nah. That's my plan for that. I'll just like, they'll be like, Joe, you got your phone on airplane mode? And I'll whip it out and be like, I don't know. What do you reckon? And then he'll probably be like, well, I mean, unless you can prove it's on airplane mode, you're not allowed to use it. And then I'll be like, no. So, I don't know. It could turn out either way. The point is, alright, I've had enough. I'm not. Wait, no, that sounded like I was mad already. I'm not gonna let this controller get me mad. All right, I've already did an episode of this where I was mad, and you know how that turned out? Fucking shit. So I'm not going through that again. I'm using this controller. No, I'm not. I'm using this controller, which I guess it wouldn't matter because you can't see, which is odd because this is a video, but I don't believe in face cam. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but it's not something I partake in the belief of, as it were. I tend to avoid videos with face cam. Like, if you're looking for footage on a kind of obscure game like this, chances are you won't want to see someone with a face cam, but also, by the same token, you won't want to hear any commentary either. Luckily, on a game like this, there's plenty of videos with no commentary, of people going around the course in like 16 minutes. It's actually pretty impressive. I mean, it's not impressive because it's a video game, but it's also impressive because like they're good at a video game. I think TT Superbikes might be the one game that non-Asians have an advantage on. Maybe, potentially, I don't know. Asians don't seem to like racing games a lot, I don't think, from my experience. They probably get like motion sickness. That's why they have to play 2D fighting games all the time. It's more like their animes when it's 2D. Maybe, I don't know what kind of tangent that was. Can we pretend that that didn't happen? In the episode that took me half an hour to do the license tests, well, masterclass, I was thinking maybe I'd cut out parts, and then like there was that segment a minute ago where I went and grabbed a controller, a different controller, which is sticky, by the way. There always seems to be a controller that's sticky. If you go to someone's house and they've got like an older console, like a PS2, there'll be one controller that's sticky, one controller that rattles, and one controller that works perfectly fine. And of course, since it's their house, they get to have the one that works. So you've got to choose between the controller that rattles and don't work properly, or the controller that's sticky. I've gone for the sticky controller. I was using the one that worked perfectly, but that's given up now, so I've got a choice between a sticky one, a one where one of the sticks is actually broken, and that's it. So, woe is me. Please donate to my Patreon so I can buy a new PS2 controller. That was a joke. I don't have a Patreon. Hopefully, I'll never feel the need to set up a Patreon. I don't like Patreon. I don't like the idea of giving people that make videos money either. And I know that's like semi-hypocritical of me to say, because my videos are so low effort, you wouldn't need to give me any kind of money. But it gets to the point where, like, you're giving someone... Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. You're giving... Okay. Giving someone money to shill your product. Apparently I couldn't decide between saying project and product. I might have been... This is unrelated to the couldn't decide what to say part, but... Maybe, talking about shills a lot, maybe I'm spending too much time on a certain basket weaving forum that I visit frequently. Get the front wheel down. But, you know, paying someone to make videos on your game, paying them to say nice things about it, give it exposure, and it turns out to be shit. Most games that get shilled are alright. I care about racing simulators, and none of those are good. Well, not just racing simulators, but racing games in general. But there are no good racing games. At all. Unless I say so. Everyone's a shill except me, is basically what I'm trying to say. So when I sell out and become a shill, then... Oh, Jesus Christ. When I sell out... Get up. Quick. When I sell out and become a shill, there'll be no one left. So, when I sell out, that's when it's time to stop watching YouTube videos, is basically what I'm trying to say. By the way, there's a new game coming out, Project Cars 2. You might be interested. It's a racing game. Pretty good. I think you should buy it. I think you should pick it up. I mean, the first one was excellent, so why shouldn't you get the second one, am I right? Anyway, this is over. We're done with the Novice Cup. I'm going to do the rest of the license tests off camera, off screen, away, just away in general. Got a new helmet. So next episode will be the Southern 100, but except on 250cc bikes instead of 125s. Okay, the only the down arrow. Oh wait, and down and right. I can only go down and right with this controller. Oh shit. Okay. I'll have to be careful because I can only go down and right. Yeah, Southern 100 next, but I'm gonna do the master classes on my own.